guys? I got some stump grinding this morning. I was here at this job previously. We cut down a bunch of small trees and like some bushes, so now I'm back with the stump grinder. We're going to be grinding all this stuff and kind of just tilling up the ground, getting it ready for the next stage in its landscaping. Bandit 2800 SP turbo diesel. There's a turbo for it right there. It's like a Perkins. I can't remember how much horsepower this thing has, maybe 80 horsepower. Little diesel engine here. I'm pretty sure it says Perkins. Oh, Deutz, D-E-U-T-Z. This is a 2008 machine. It's I've had a few busted lines on it, but overall it's done a really good job. Right now I've got like a leaky piston up front on this side. Just a small leak, but something I got to fix in the future here. It's got these bearings here that you have to grease every time you use it. They're open bearings. And I run Tomahawk teeth. I've tried different teeth on this machine, but I found out the Tomahawks work the best. These things are indestructible. They're about $400 to $600 to replace them depending on where you buy them from. I like to give it a little bit of a spray. The starter fluid, just the diesel likes it. It just starts right up when I do it this way. That was completely cold started. Oh, now it's acting like it should. It's really cold out here. Turn the idle up a little bit. Yeah, remote controlled. It'll warm up, it'll be just fine. She doesn't like the cold weather. I like to give it about 15 pumps, so I know it's got plenty of grease in there. So you'll notice I'm not going super deep on these. That's probably like, you know, 4 or 5 inches. And the reason for that is because I don't have any of these utilities out here marked. I always ask the customer if they're gonna replant something in the exact same spot, and if they say no, then there's no reason to go 12 inches down. Like, and I know it's a lot of people think that you should. They think you should go as far as the machine will go and take that thing all the way down, but I don't think that way. I like to go below the grade, get rid of the stump where they don't have to look at it. They can plant some dirt on top of it and some seed, but I don't like to just go 12, 18 inches for no reason, unless they're gonna plant something right on top of it, especially when you don't know where your utilities at. And I'm like in a busy area, like there's a lot of houses around, so there could be utilities anywhere through here. I know a lot of guys, especially stump grinding specialists, will say, oh, I'll take it down 12 inches or at least 8 inches or something, but that's just not how I feel about it. So like it's this easy just to cover up this stump, just using some surrounding dirt here, and it's gonna look like it wasn't even there. I guess I do kind of have an exception to not grinding too deep is on something like this guy. I know that if I don't do a really decent job grinding the stump, then these little guys will sprout back out. So on something like this, it has a good high chance of regrowing. I will go a little more down on the center of the stump to really try to, you know, kill it so it doesn't create future problems moving forward. But not all tree species do that. These little guys will. The conifers, they really don't do that. So I guess you kind of have to know your species a little bit too. You can see why we didn't cut the stumps low, because it doesn't matter. This thing just eats them up. on this maple stump is I'm going just from the corner of the stump to each. I'm not from corner to corner. I'm not like swiping way past each side. I know there's cable line running through this area right here, so I'm just staying right on the stump. Yeah, I went a lot deeper on that one because this is a space that they're probably going to be replanting stuff in. So I went down like a foot at least on that and kind of followed that root system a little bit too to just kind of prevent some future issues for them. Yeah, you chopped that, Jake. Chop it good. But one's like 3 miles per hour and the other one's like 5 miles per hour, so it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Here, I'll show you. Here's low drive, and I'll stick it into high gear. That's high gear, high drive. Show you where I'm grinding at on this wheel. Just because it's a big, powerful machine doesn't mean you come in here and just slam stuff and just bash it over. I'm only keeping about this much of the wheel on the stump, just where the grinding teeth are actually. They come way out here on some parts, but on the other parts they're kind of back in within the wheel. So only about this much needs to be touching the stump, and then ideally you don't have this part touching the stump and you don't have the back part touching the stump. It's this corner, this front corner right here is the only part really hitting the stump. So like this much of it and only this front corner. That's how you grind these things smoothly. Here's the last section right here. Before I move forward and backwards in this position right here, in case I make a mistake and I go forward right into the fence. I don't want that thing to be spinning when that happens. Not saying I've done that before or gotten close to. Alright guys, so we're wrapped up here. We're just gonna finish cleaning up these piles and call it a day. Good job, Jake.
Bye!
See you next time.